Okay, we're going to do problem 31 in chapter 7, section 2. It reads, a random sample of 100 medical school applicants at a university has a mean total score of 502 on the MCAT. According to a report, the mean total score for the school's applicants is more than 499. Assume the population standard deviation is 10.6. At alpha is equal to 0.01, is there enough evidence to support the report's claim? All right, so in that statement, they say that there's this mean total score for the school's applicant is more than 499. You're looking for some statement like that to establish the claim. Well, more than does not contain the equality. So that means this is the alternative hypothesis, and the claim gets attached to the alternative. Now, the pairing that goes with this from the previous video that I made is mu is less than or equal to 499. Now, this means that we have a right-tailed test, and our rejection region is off to the right, so we reject the null, and the middle has failed to reject the null. And to get our critical value, because our alpha is 0.01, we're going to use INV norm 0.99. Now, you may not have that appear on your calculator. You might have the following appear. You might have the area, you might have the mean, and the standard deviation. Make the area 0.9, make the mean be 0, and the standard deviation be 1, and you should get 2.33. Now, you could, if you want to, just type in INV norm 0.01, and it'll give you the negative and just flip the sign over to positive because it's a right-tailed test. Okay? Erase that and create some space. Now, to run the test, you're going to do a z-test. The difference between a z-test and a t-test is that you have the population standard deviation sigma. So if you have that, you run the z-test. If you have the sample standard deviation s, you run the t-test. That's section 7.3. Now, when you type this in, you're going to see a mu naught when you hit z-test. So stats test, that's the keys, stats test. Mu naught, you're going to put in the 499. You're going to have your population standard deviation, 10.6. You're going to have your x bar, that's going to be your 502, and your n is going to be 100, and you make that symbol match the symbol that you highlight down at the bottom. So the not equals, the less than, the greater than, highlight that one, and then go ahead and calculate. You should get a z-score of 2.83 and a p-value of 0.002. Now, you have 3 steps. This is out in the rejection region. The p-value is smaller than your alpha. The alpha was given to be 0.01. So we are going to reject the null at alpha equals 0.01. So we have to state those 2 things first. Reject the null at alpha is 0.01. Then we are rejecting the null. So the null gets a line through it. Does the word claim have a line through it? The answer is no. The claim is getting supported. So there is sufficient evidence to support the claim, and then you restate the claim. Hopefully that makes sense, everybody. And I'll make another one for 7.